The first filter we're going to go over in today's snipe filter video is the Invincible cheapest filter. Set your theme to Invincible. You're going to raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest Invincibles on your console, which are going for about 8,000 MT on Xbox, man. They're on their way up. You can either scroll if you're very familiar with the pricing, or just bring your maximum buyout down to about 6,500, 6,000, man. This filter's going to be very active. We did get these new Invincible super packs that you can buy with MT. However, it's not guaranteed Invincibles. It's 55% chance to pull a dark matter if you just buy it with MT, but a lot of Invincible filters are going to go crazy today, man. So work this filter. Before we get into the rest of the snipe filters, for the most reliable and cheapest 2k23 MT, hit up my sponsor at NBA2king.com and use code GRINDS for 5% off. The next filter we're going to go over is the Invincible Bucks filter, man. What you want to do is set your theme to Invincible. You're going to put your team to the Bucks, man, and you're going to raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest card on your console, which on Xbox is Tim Thomas, going for about 34,000 MT, man. Kareem is also very similar price to around this, like 36,000, man. So what I suggest is you scroll with the cheapest card up, whoever that is. Just keep refreshing like this. You want to buy Giannis Invincible. If he pops up for any price point on the scroll you're working as, he's still going for like 75,000 on Xbox. And then if Tim Thomas or Kareem pop up for about 26,000 MT and below, go ahead and buy them and resell for profit, man. About 5,000 or 6,000 MT cheaper than the cheapest one you want to grab them for. The next filter we're going to go over is the Invincible Magic filter, man. Set your theme to Invincible. Put your team to Magic, man. There's a lot of good team Invincible filters you guys can go over. Whoever's more expensive, any team that has, you know, more expensive cards on it, you can work that filter as well. This is the Magic one. You want to scroll your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest penny on your console, which is going for about 13,000, 12,500 MT on Xbox, man. Again, I suggest you scroll with the cheapest one up, man. You want to grab Penny for pretty cheap, man. Grab Penny if he pops for just like 8,000 MT and below, so that way you have a lot of room. You can like post yours for like 11,000, so that way it doesn't get sitting up there and getting undercut. And then if anybody else pops up, man, the next cheapest card is Mohamed Bamba. He goes for like 20,000 MT on Xbox, and then you can obviously see T-Mac and some other good cards, man, on this filter. So spend some time on here. This could be a great one. The next filter we're going to go over is the Manute Bol hard scope filter, man. What you want to do is set your name to Manute Bol, put your color to dark matter. You put your minimum buyout to 500, man, and just keep refreshing. You can also work this with the Invincible Victor Wemby snipe filter, or the Wemby enabled filter, where you can see the endgame and the Invincible. For that, you want to type your name to Victor Wembanyama and then put your theme to Invincible. You can put color dark matter in there as well if you want. But Manute Bol, he only has the one Invincible card, so you can just set it to Manute Bol dark matter. He's still going for over 200,000 MT on Xbox right now. I think same on PlayStation. So you want to go ahead and just put your minimum buyout to 500. He's been popping up a lot already today, man. So spend some time on here. He's a great W snipe, and it shouldn't be too hard to snipe him, man. So spend some time on this. The next filter we're going to go over is the Invincible Jazz filter, man. You can also work the Invincible Celtics, the Invincible Cavs are some good team options. There's a lot of them. Too many to go over, man. So we'll go over this Jazz one. I think it's the last one for the video. Set your theme to Invincible. Put your team to the Utah Jazz. You're going to scroll your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest Walker Kessler on your console, man. This one just got posted, so yeah, I figured that was going to sell quickly. He's going for about 12,000 MT on Xbox right now. Ooh, AK. He goes for like 14. That's I hate next gen, bro. I'm gonna let that pass, man. AK does sell for like 14k, so it's a mini snipe, man. What I would suggest is you scroll on the cheapest Walker Kessler, man. Right now there's 3 up for 12, so I just put my buyout like this, man. I would grab AK if you want for like 10k and below. He sells for 14, but really you're looking for Mark Eaton on this filter. If Mark Eaton pops up, you're making tons of profit, as he's still very expensive, man. Grab Walker Kessler, grab AK, man, for like, 8,000 MT and below, and make your profit, man. This is gonna be a great filter today. The next filter we're gonna go over is the Endgame cheapest filter, man. Set your theme to Endgame. Raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest endgames on your console, which is crazy. They're actually dropping. All these mid-tier ones are dropping. Well, I feel like they should rise, considering it's not possible to pull an endgame with MT right now in the game. You have to buy with VC if you want to try and pull a new endgame into the game. So I would think they should rise, but apparently not. You got James Harden 57k, man. He goes for like 64. That's a little bit of underpriced. J.R. Smith, man, looks like they're probably going for about 55,000 MT that you can sell them for. It looks like the cheap ones. So what I suggest is you scroll with the cheapest endgame up on your console, man. I'm gonna just keep refreshing like this, man. Anybody you know is profit, man, like Yao, Taco, Wemby, man, anybody, Jokic, bro, anybody you're certain goes for a bid, you want to grab them for any price point on the scroll you're working. And then if JR, D Wade, or anyone you're not sure about pops up only for about 8,000 MT, cheaper than the cheapest endgame that you're scrolling on, you can go ahead and buy them and resell for profit. So if an endgame like a JR popped up for 45K right now, I would buy it. If a Taco popped up for 53,950, I would buy it. You get what I'm saying, man? So work this filter. This is going to be a great filter for the rest of the year. The next filter we're going to go over is the center endgame cheapest filter, man. Set your position to center, put your theme to endgame. You're going to raise your maximum bout up until you find the cheapest David Robinson or whoever the cheapest center endgame is on your console, man. Next box is D-Rob going for about 85,000 MT, man. I strongly suggest that you scroll on the cheapest one, just like I always do when there's more expensive cards to snipe on a filter. So scroll on the cheapest D-Rob, grab D-Rob for about, 72,000 MT and below if he pops up, along with like Wilt and Hakeem, who are getting lower in price as well. Grab those if they pop up for about 15,000 MT, cheaper than the cheapest one. Like I said, I'd grab D-Rob and Wilt and them if they popped up for 72K and below. Then if you get a Taco, a Yao, a Jokic to pop up on your scroll that you're working, buy them for any price point, man. This is going to be a good filter since the cheapest endgames are 53 and every endgame center is at least 85K and above, man. The next filter that we're going to go over is a great option to snipe some top tier endgames if you don't want to spend any money on enabling, man. What you want to do is set your theme to endgame, put your maximum bid to 500 and your minimum buyout to 500. Now you can see any endgame in the game as long as it has a 500 starting bid, like that could be a snipe. I don't know my market well enough on as far as these buyout DMs. Great thing about this filter, it is better if you have 2 people helping you or a second console, but you can go ahead and bid on these, and when you get outbid, bid 550 on them, and when someone comes through and outbids you, they will no longer be on your scroll. I don't know how we got lucky and they disappeared. Sometimes that happens. Usually it's when they get outbid. So you bid 550 on him just like that, and then when I refresh, he's gone. So now we have this down to a 3 scroll. That LaMelo seems extra cheap, but it's been up for 10 minutes. This Luka, who knows, man? So I'm gonna let him go. You need to know your pricing on this, but basically you are looking for any card. If a card pops up for 45K and below, buy it because that's a snipe. Obviously, if you see a top tier pop-up card for any price point, buy it, man. This is just, you can see any endgame in the game on this filter as long as it has a starting bid, the current bid price of 500. Give this filter a try, man. A lot of people are having success on it. It's a really, really good filter right now. The next filter we're gonna go over is the dark matter cheapest filter, man. I guarantee this filter is going pretty darn crazy today, especially with a lot of invincible snipes, man. What you want to do is set your color to dark matter. You're gonna raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest dark matters on your console, which on Xbox just a second ago the cheapest one was 3,850. Obviously some have been posted, but you can pretty much regularly sell them for 3,800 within about 10-15 minutes. Usually, man, obviously this one's been up for 20 minutes. So I would just post them for about 27.50 if I got any snipes, man. I would put, what you want to do on this filter is put your maximum buyout down about 500-600 MT, man. I would personally work 3,200, man. Just keep refreshing here, snipe anything that pops up and then resell it for profit. Make sure you check the price because there are, like I said, you can get a lot of invincibles on this filter and they do sell for more MT. Another great filter still is the George Mirasan filter, man. What you want to do is put your name to George Mirasan, put your color to dark matter. You're gonna raise your maximum buyout up until you find the cheapest George on your console, which looks like he's going for about 17,000 on Xbox, man. What you want to do is bring your maximum buyout down to about 13,000 MT, man, just to make sure you get some profit just in case his price fluctuates. Refresh here for 13,000, man. Snipe him if he pops up and then resell for profit. There has been a lot of MT made on this filter from everybody in the community the past couple weeks, man. This is a phenomenal filter and it's on a budget now, so you should give it a try, man. And the last filter we're gonna go over is the InGame Enable filter. I'm gonna show you guys how to set it up working on Xbox, man. On PlayStation, I'm almost certain you probably need a scroll. I don't have one. If anyone can leave one in the comments, man. But if you are working endgame enabled, as you guys already know, you need to buy every endgame that is a buyout on your console, send them to your collection. If you have expensive endgames in your collection, anytime you're sniping, you need to send them to your auctions, otherwise they'll never pop up. And you're gonna come over here, you're gonna set your theme to endgame. On Xbox, man, a working endgame enable filter is to raise your minimum bid to 100,000, put your minimum buyout to 500, and then just go ahead and turn on enabled, man. And then you can refresh here. it is a working filter. The key, or to make sure, man, is before you turn on enabled, just count all these cards that pop up here. If you search with, you know, your settings in there, 100,000, 500, as long as there's less than 80 cards right here, so you just scroll through and count each one. If it's less than 80, the filter is working. You are good to go and turn on enable, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, man. Smash that like button. Filters have been actually absolutely crazy for me, so spend some time on them today. If you guys want to see the video that we dropped sniping a full endgame lineup, click the video that's popping up on screen. Jay Grinds.